Let's talk about natal moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a mutable fire sign. It is in both traditional and in modern astrology ruled by Jupiter. And Sagittarius is an energy that wants to expand, grow, explore. It doesn't want to get so bogged down in the details and the minutia. Oh, let's like show our work. Oh, but what about this devil's advocate argument? Like Sagittarius is like, dude, that's for squares. I don't have time for that. I got places to be. I just want the spark notes. I'm trying to distill the overarching meaning. Like I need a heuristic for how to live my life. And, when the moon is in Sagittarius, like a lot of those themes are central to the individual's kind of ability to feel safe and emotionally nourished and comfortable in their own skin. That energy feels familiar to them. So, they, in any situation they're in, they need, novelty. It's not always like literal or physical novelty. Like they need to be moving every day or they need to be on a lifelong backpack trip. But it's more like wherever the Sagittarius moon person is in every moment, they want to feel like there's still the possibility that they could go somewhere else. Like they have the independence, like they're where they are because they're waking up and making a choice every day. So metaphorically speaking, they have that emotional room. When there are people or situations in a Sagittarius moon's life when they're kind of like yanking the Sagittarius person's arm or wanting them to have a certain reaction or demanding that they really enter an intense emotional situation or a rigid situation, or they try to control the person, they really react strongly to that. You see the Sagittarius moon kind of come out in situations like that, like maybe in a relationship or a really heavy conversation where maybe like a heavy water sign person just dumps like all these intense things, or the stereotypical kind of like trauma dump on someone, especially like if it's too soon for that. The Sagittarian moon isn't, oh shit, yeah, now I'm like really getting to know this person. They're like, oh shit, yikes, where's the door? Like they kind of get the icks a little bit because Sagittarius, it's not that it's an insensitive or an unemotional energy, but they kind of realize that they're always sensitive to things like sadness or disappointment or all these things. It's just they don't see a lot of value in like spending time figuring out how to describe it or spending time like feeling it, because for Sagittarius, it's okay, so I'm depressed, so you're depressed, so this, that. What do we learn from that? What do we gain from that? What are we going to do about it? The Sagittarius moon, it depends on other chart factors, but there is always that need for agitation, that kind of, doesn't mean they're always going to be an extrovert, but like, they're definitely the people that if they're introverted, they're kind of an extrovert on the inside, if that makes sense. They want to deal with intensely emotional situations by, again, going out. Oh, something awful happens. They don't want to stay home and wallow in it. They want to go out with friends and do something fun, go mini golfing, go out for drinks, right? Now, one thing that the Sagittarius moon needs to keep in mind, this is for all fire moons, is that there can be, people can find them a little bit like selfish or whatever, independent. These things aren't inherently bad. Sagittarius does need a little bit of independence. They want to, in their partnerships, again, they want to define themselves as being present in a relationship because they choose, but they're still an individual and they still have choice. And they don't want to think of themselves as, oh, my identity or my emotional feelings are in the hands of a relationship or someone else, because suddenly then they don't have that emotional independence. That can be really scary. A Sagittarius moon will know this. Sometimes the things that are very emotionally exciting to them, they run towards them really fast. Oh, it's so exciting. Oh, I love it. I'm so in love. This is so fun. And then when that can kind of wear off, if there's not other things, other ways to put logs in that fire, suddenly it's like, it can be abrupt. They're like, wow, I'm really not feeling this anymore. And that can be surprising sometimes to the Sagittarius person, and it can be surprising to other people. It doesn't mean that they can't commit to things, they don't love things long term. It just means that for it to be kind of sustainable for them, they need to have ways to be continually scratching that itch. If you're trying to like love a Sagittarius moon, like understand that you have to keep kind of dating them, and you can't just say, oh, the fun was in the early part. Like you have to enjoy fun. You have to have your own interests. You have to give the Sagittarius person time to kind of miss you, and they want you to have your own life, because then when you come back with each other, like you have more things to share, you have more things to talk about. There can be a tendency with Jupiterian energy, right? Sagittarian energy is like this indulgence, right? Just kind of knowing no limits. And that connects a little bit back to that reckless, rapturous emotional indulgence that Sagittarius can get involved in. And that's fine, right? Because that's how they emotionally understand life. But they should try and, you don't want to do that so much that it causes a lot of disruption afterwards, or you indulge so much that you get yourself in a situation that becomes also challenging to get out of. Sometimes it can also be indulging, right, in what you want and what feels familiar to you and what, like what you really need. There is always going to be compromise that's needed in life and in situations and in relationships. There's going to be situations where Sagittarius is going to have to like take a chill pill and be present in some of the nitty gritty stuff, the stuff that kind of makes them stir crazy, that's, nails on a chalkboard. If they run from those moments all the time just because they feel a little bit emotionally prickly, they can stay perpetually in this sort of like emotional Peter Pan state, or they're always a kid and they can never, because if you can never work through that nitty gritty stuff, like it's hard to be, sort of an emotionally mature adult. Anyway, this is not an exhaustive sort of analysis of Sagittarius moon, but yeah, these are the high level themes. Think about, if you have this placement, what do you think? Does it resonate? Or if you know someone, you're dating someone, what do you think? If you have questions, comments, I want to know about them, drop them below, and I'll talk to you soon.